Okay, we are back, and you guys should have tried number 2, factoring by decomposition, X method and grouping. And this is the work that you should have included. Sometimes when we get good at things, we tend to skip steps. It's very important that you still show all of your steps so that you don't make any mistakes. So you can see at the top I identified A, B, and C. I set up the X. I found my 2 middle terms to split the negative 5x. I have now written it as a quadnomial, factored out the GCF of the first 2 and a GCF of the second 2. And the final factored form is x minus 3, 2x plus 1. Again, these can be change of order. You could write it as 2x plus 1, x minus 3. So hopefully you got that. I'm going to show you how to factor number 3. Our inkling here is to switch around the order because it is indeed not in standard order, but you don't actually have to do that. We can still identify A, B, and C even though it is not in the form A, B, and C. A is here, which is negative 6. B is still in the middle. It's always the term with the n, and C is the constant. It's 3. So even though it is not in technically standard form, you don't need to change it because it's still factorable in this form. A times C, negative 18, and 7 is our B. Looking for a product that gives us negative 18, therefore one number has to be positive and the other one negative, and the sum is 7, and those are the 2 numbers that work. So the 7n breaks apart to 9n minus 2n. Again, the order of those 2 terms does not matter. Bring down the first and bring down the last. So now I'm going to factor out the GCF of the first 2, and that is 3, and you're left with 1 plus 3n. Bring down the next sign you see, which is negative, and factor out the GCF of the second 2, which is 2n, and you're left with 1 plus 3n. Again, that sign switches because a negative is being factored out, and a negative times a positive is a negative. And you can see that the red and the blue have a common factor. Shows that the quadratic is indeed factorable. So now I'm ready to write it as a product of 2 binomials, which would be 3 minus 2n, 1 plus 3n, or you can invert those or change the order of those. Notice there's no sign here. These parentheses touch each other because it is multiplication. And you can check your work by double distribution. So now your turn. You got a whole series of problems that you need to work on. Good luck.